Alright guys, what's going on? It's Aaron here from RC Conference Room. Today is going to be a story of how I got to RC and how my RC story went. It all started about 2012, middle of 2012. My dad was talking about how he used to race his Turbo Optima, Kyosho Turbo Optima thing, and I started looking up RC cars, and I found one that I really liked. I found the B4.1, and we went up to our hobby shop and we looked at it, and then I found the Torment that was better priced for starting, and I got it for Christmas, and I drove it for about 3 months, and then we started making it faster, and then another month went by, and I started making it, or before I even started making it lighter, it started falling apart from the 50-mile-an-hour speeds it would hit. It's a great car for beginners. You don't want to make it too fast. It definitely starts to fall apart right away. I got the ECX Torment. It's my first ever RC car. If you don't count the toy grades, I don't ever count toy grades. Drove the car. Shock caps started popping off. I was looking for a new car for about a month, and I was just stuck with this one. And don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun with it. And then started making it lighter and lighter, put a bunch of holes in it, putting it back together, and then I just stopped and put it in a box and put it aside. About a month later, month and a half later, I got my first four-wheel drive RC car, my second ever RC in my collection I've had. I had a Losi SCTE. I don't even know what happened to the car. I was just really mean to it, and I took it apart one day, put it back together, and it ran good for about a good year, half a year, and it just started falling apart from how mean I was to it. It was a fun car. They're definitely the most durable car, short course truck out there. I definitely recommend the two cars for beginners, and then for people just getting out of the beginner stage, getting a SCTE. But the only reason I got it is because it was on sale. Otherwise, it's like a $500 car. I got my 350 up in my Hobbytown. Hobbytown's another thing that got me started in RC. I remember I went up there one day. This is really the first thing that started me in RC. Went up to a Hobbytown one day for a school project, and I was like, let's run through the RCs real quick. And so we ran through the RCs real quick, and I was like really into it. And I just started looking them up on YouTube. And I came across one YouTuber, DJ Medic, that I really kind of liked watching his videos. I was like, I gotta get one of these cars. So it was 3 months that I waited to get my first car, and then a month to get this car after the 4-month period of having this car. Got the car, had it for about half a year, and it just started falling apart. It was a lot of fun. It was a four-wheel drive Losi based off the 8, based right off of that Mini 8. But that's not my car. It's not part of my RC history. It's part of my brother's. But yeah, this is a fun car. And then there was a period in the center where I didn't do anything. I kind of got sucked into paintball for a little while, giving RC a break for all the parts that were breaking, all the hard times I had with RC at the time. So I had a break, and I played paintball for a while. I was watching paintball videos on YouTube. TechPB, go check him out. He's great, a paintball YouTuber if you guys are into paintball. So I had a big break. And just recently, I got back into RC. And from the beginning, I've always liked nitro cars. As soon as I got my first car, I had it for about 2 months, and I really wanted a nitro car. And I really wanted a nitro sport. So the next car I got was an HPI Savage X 4.6. I'm going to move them around because I have them in the wrong spots. I've always liked the engines. I've always liked the idea of tuning, the loud noise, the smell. But I can never afford it. I got this car about 3.5 months ago now, and I've only drove it a handful of times, maybe only 5 times, because my engine went bad. I didn't have money to replace it. We went on vacation to Arizona, so that took time away from it, and then it was just too cold to drive it, so I've driven it off and on down to my grandpa's house, just making sure it runs. So this is my third RC car ever, if you don't count the 22T my dad had that caught on fire, and I kind of took in as my own because it sat in a shelf for so long, and it caught on fire. We'd fixed it, but we never actually drove it because it was so undrivable. It was so easy to break the car that we never drove it, and it just sat there for as long as I had my first car. I had this car, and about a month after I had this car, my dad bought another car for himself. It caught on fire. He put a new motor in it. He drove it, and then he bought himself an SCTE. So we had two SCTEs. One of them were mine, and one of them were his. So we had quite a few RCs laying around. We had my car, the Boost, the 22C, the two SCTEs, and yeah, we had 5 cars laying around, and they were all so much fun to drive. So this is actually my 4th RC car ever, and it didn't cost me anything. I'll tell you the story how I got that car. I bought this Team Associated car that I have hanging up on the wall from my friend Zach. He'll be on this channel before he moves to Texas. I bought this car from him, and it cost $300 to fix it because it needed an engine, a whole handful of parts. That's lesson well learned. Do not buy used nitro cars or used cars unless you know what it needs to be fixed. I didn't know what it needed to be fixed. I never really looked into it. So that car cost $300 to fix, $350 to fix, and my dad said, well, I'll just get you this one. You choose from the T-Max and this. And so I picked this one, and it's been fun to drive. I love this car. It's a bit hard to work on, but I guess if you want durability, it has to be. So this is my 4th RC car ever, and that's not even a car. It's just a chassis. My 5th car I bought because I really liked my Torment. Let me take this over here. I really liked my Torment, and as you can see, this is the Torment and this is the Ruckus. The Torment and the Ruckus are both based off the same thing. So if you buy a Torment, you can put every single part on the Ruckus onto the Torment, or every single part of the Torment put on the Ruckus. You can easily convert them with very, very little money. I bought this car because I really liked my Torment, and I had the perfect motor to put in it, which is not in right now because I'm looking at nitro conversion because I've seen it done before. But I probably won't do it. I'll probably keep it electric. Yeah, this is what it looks like put together. Kinda got a broken shock. Playing Smash Up Derby with this one and this one. I don't have a motor in it because I'm cleaning it up, and I was looking at that nitro conversion thing that I saw on YouTube. But if I have to say the best car I've ever had would be my SCTE and my Torment. These two cars have been the start of what I have now. My experiences with RC cars has gone up dramatically, and now I have the capability to fix, take apart, and rebuild, and do all this stuff I didn't know how to do before. And it all started with the Torment when I took it all apart and put it back together. So that's my RC story, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. It's probably upside down, but whatever works. But thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe.